Hello guys, this is Linas Lima Yankee 2 Hotel. Today I'm gonna investigate this bouquet of Hustler mobile web resonators. Can these three different band antennas actually work together on one mast? Stay tuned and we'll find it out together. The assembled bouquet of resonators is not terribly convenient for transportation. So for transportation, you've got to disassemble the whole bouquet and then, to reassemble in situ in the place where you are going to operate. One bolt which just, screws in here and fixes with the nut and the washer nut. Yeah, it's probably not so terribly convenient to screwing and unscrewing each time the bolt and the nuts. You need to put the washer first and then to screw the nut on. That's for 40 meters, and exactly in the same way I'm gonna do with the 20 and 30 meter band resonators. Dropping of the nut is dangerous, but it might happen, so precautions must be taken. All right, so I don't use a wrench. Maybe it could be useful, but no need of to over tighten this place is nothing good. It just sits tightly anyway. So, and the last resonator, I put it in place. Here it is. We have a nice bouquet of Hustler mobile resonators. Actually, it's a 3-band mobile/portable antenna. How do you mount your mobile antenna? In my previous video, where I've been dealing and testing the 80 meter resonator on the same mast of the Hustler mobile antenna, I've been using the magnetic mount, the magnetic pad, which I put onto the roof of my regular family car. By the way, the magnetic mount has been working pretty nice. I've done a lot of QSO in a local contest, and recently in the Hamfest, in the National Hamfest event, I even got a second place winner award. Yeah! For working with this 80 meter mobile Hustler mobile whip. Here on my radio van, unfortunately there's no room left on my roof to put any mag mounts, because all the roof space is occupied by my solar panels. Well, but I've got a very convenient roof rack installed here, and this roof rack is directly fixed with the strong bolts straight to the car's body, and it means, I suppose so, that I'm getting very good contact with the whole mass of metal of my radio van. And I use the quick mount, otherwise it's gonna be pretty nasty work of screwing and unscrewing the antenna each time on the holder. So the quick mount helps a lot, especially even this comparatively small antenna. It starts swinging in the wind if it's windy, and you may damage the thread, and it's very tiresome work to do. All right, so now I'm gonna just climb up here and fix that there. It's not easy task, but you can do it with your one hand, because the quick mount is very convenient for this. Okay, and it's fixed. So here's my roof rack, and here's the bolts which are fixed straight to the car's body. Very dirty, unfortunately, and the whole roof space is covered by my solar panels. That's very important to have. So here's the bouquet of resonators looking nicely up in the sky. All right, now in the shack I've got my ICOM IC705 connected to this antenna, and let's see what we have on the bands. So it's and what's the SWR, and you know how the antenna is tuned on 20, 30 and 40 meter bands. Let's use the wonderful feature of ICOM IC705, which is antenna analyzer, which I call it. So you go to menu, you choose SWR, and you are in the window of antenna analyzer. So here's a close shot of the SWR meter or antenna analyzer built into a ICOM IC705. You may choose the central frequency, let's say 14.150, something like that. All right, and then you reset, and then you push the PDT, and you see, you know, the bars displaying the SWR at each frequency at 10 kilohertz step. So, and we see that the SWR curve is very nice. All the SWR indications are less than 1.5 to 1, which is very good, and it's actually ideal at the frequency 14.210 megahertz. The step of 10 kilohertz gives the best accuracy of measurement, but the bandwidth is only 130 kilohertz. So if you'd like to have more bandwidth, you can choose the other steps like 50 kilohertz or 100 kilohertz or even 500 kilohertz, which would give you a 6 megahertz of bandwidth. So on 20 meters, this antenna shows very nice SWR graph, and well, it's pretty usable. All right, so now if we switch the band and go down to 30 meter band and go for the same as SWR, let's say our central frequency is like 10.125 megahertz on 30 meter band. So let's reset the indicator, and now let's see. All right, we also have very nice SWR actually across all the band of 30 meters. It's very narrow range of frequencies on 30 meters, but we see that, you know, our central frequency like 10.125 megahertz and up to the very end of 10.150 is less than 1.5. So just in the very beginning at 10.100, it's 1.7 to 1. In the workable area of 30 meter band, we have very nice SWR readings. So now let's jump to 40 meter band. Our central frequency is going to be 7.1 megahertz, resetting, and now we press PTT and we look. So it's pretty nice from 7.04 up till 7.1, but it's quite narrow banded. So you see it's very narrow banded. So on 40 meter band, we see that the band is a little bit narrow, where you can work with good SWR, something like around 60 kilohertz probably. But well, I think it's a good compromise anyway. I've tuned on 40 meter band the antenna to be workable on FT8 frequency and CW frequency. Would I want to go further up the frequency and work SSB, then I should, you know, retune the resonator by adjusting the length of the sting which is inserted into the resonator. For that you have to go up the roof, you know, take the antenna down, retune the sting, put it up again, and see if it's on your desired frequency range. I've noticed while doing this that you change it for 5 millimeters probably, and you have the frequency, you know, feasibly moved up or down, depending on are you lengthening or shortening the whip. On other bands, on 20 meter band and on 30 meter band, it proved to be pretty nice range of good SWR on 30-meter bands, actually covering the whole band, and on 20-meter band covering something like 200 kilohertz. As it comes to the practical testing, the bands, especially 40 and 30 meters, were pretty dead at that midday time, with some European stations still coming through the noise. The late evening hours, though, brought some nice surprise working in FT8 mode from my location at the Hamfest. On 40-meter band, I'm receiving pretty well Japanese station on this Hustler antenna whip. Japan Alpha 5 Alpha Uniform Charlie. This is good contact, Yankee Charlie 8 USA. Exchanging the reports. All right, confirmed. Great. So, on 20-meter bands, FT8 mode, using the 20-meter Hustler whip. Here's the antenna. And this is even more serious. Taiwan, Japanese station working in Taiwan, gave me a report, and we completed the cure zone. 20 meters Hustler mobile whip for 20 meters, and ICOM IC705 standing over there in my radio van, and here I'm just having my dinner and doing contacts at the same time. Excellent. All right, summing up, guys. First of all, the Hustler multiband or 3-band antenna is a very nice idea and a very nice design. It's a center-loaded antenna, and thus it's more efficient than many base-loaded mobile or portable antennas. 3 different resonators, resonating each on its own band. It's a very good idea and allows for seamless switching from one band to another with no need to tune and no need of antenna tuner actually. So this is very convenient. Secondly, the 3 resonators on one metal mast, in my case 40, 30 and 20 meter resonators, work together with no problems, and they do not interfere with each other. Adjusting a whip or a sting of one resonator does not interfere with the others too. Thirdly, it could be a very efficient antenna if the conditions are right. It could be pretty DX working antenna. And fourthly, surely this is a compromise antenna, as all mobile or portable antennas are, but the design, the quality of work, it's really very nice. So the mobile whip antennas are good compromise antennas if you can't erect nothing else when you are parked somewhere in the parking lot, or even if you live in the condominium and you've got only a tiny balcony. So the mobile whip, like the Hustler center loaded antenna, could be easily used for having some fun. So with this, thanks for watching. Please leave your comments in the comment section. Please let me know what's your experience with the mobile whips. Please consider subscribing if you like my videos, and see you in my next videos. 73, this is Linas, Lima Yankee 2 Hotel. Cheerio.